We deserve a new truck. That old rig literally has more miles on her than the entire Apollo 11 mission. What? You want to put La Tortuga out to pasture? Are you nuts? What about all of the history, the memories? It's a truck, not a hunting dog, a tool for work, and it's time to move on. Should you repair your old rig or update to a new one? That's the question we're tackling on this episode of Buying Bigger, Better Academy from MyLittleSalesman.com. Before we dive into this guide, I wanted to remind you that there's no need to take any notes on this episode, as we've included a link to written and audio versions in the description, or you can find it on mylittlesalesman.com/news. Okay, let's dive in. For some semi-truck owners, their truck is their baby. For others, their truck is simply a tool for getting the job done. Whether you have an endearing nickname for your rig or you prefer to keep things strictly professional, we can all agree that your truck is perhaps your greatest asset and investment for continued success of your business or even career in trucking. So what happens when your semi-truck starts to show signs of wear or aging, or when the odometer starts to resemble a lottery jackpot? Well, you have two options. Option A, overhaul your prized semi-truck to hopefully keep it compliant and running for years to come. Or option B, turn the page and begin a new chapter in your career with a newer truck. So, what should I do? Should I revamp my rig or look at new semi-trucks for sale? Well, that depends on several factors. Let's look at 4 such factors so that you can feel good about your decision to rebuild or replace your semi-truck. Factor 1. Is the cost of truck maintenance eating your lunch? Making the leap from a worn-out truck to a newer rig is still a leap from one monthly payment to another. The question you need to ask yourself is, which monthly payment makes the most sense? And is one payment growing faster than the other? Let's crunch the numbers a bit to see if a new truck makes sense. First, let's say that you drive an average of 10,500 miles per month. So, what are the costs of keeping your semi-truck? Your existing rig likely has a much lower monthly payment than a newer model. That being said, the maintenance costs required to keep it on the road may be eating any savings you currently enjoy. Let's say that your current truck payment is $1,700 per month, and your cost of maintenance averages out to about 16 cents per mile, or $1,575 a month. Before other fees, that's a total of $3,275 a month. Okay, remember that figure. Let's compare this to the price of buying a new semi-truck. It's no surprise that buying a newer or brand new model semi-truck will likely be more expensive than the rig you have now. That being said, newer trucks require much less maintenance per mile on average. Let's say that a newer semi-truck payment is $2,700 per month, and maintenance costs average around 6 cents per mile, or $630 a month. Before other fees, that's around $3,330 per month. There's another concept to remember when looking at these numbers. Maintenance increases as the truck ages, and while items such as windshield repair and tire repair are fairly manageable costs that you can plan for, there are other maintenance costs that can put a serious dent in your operating budget. I mean, I don't think you want to look at how much semi-truck transmission repair costs. Big ticket costs like this can be a real financial burden for already cash-strapped truck owners. Monthly payments for a newer truck, however, usually remain the same and are predictable, short of a refinancing situation. So while you may feel like you're saving money driving a semi-truck until the wheels come off, it may be handy to know that a newer truck is only around $55 more per month away, or less. And we haven't even touched on the other factors yet. Factor 2. Are you going to be in the trucking industry for the long haul? Pardon the pun, but how long you see yourself in the trucking industry is a huge factor to consider before buying a new truck. I don't plan on having a long career as an owner-operator truck driver. Different people get into trucking for different reasons. If you're planning on moving into a different career in a few years, it may not make sense to buy a new truck. Sure, a newer truck may end up costing less to maintain, but there's no promise that it will hold onto its resale value when you're ready to toss the keys to the next driver and say sayonara to the industry. Sticking with your current semi-truck until you split may be the smarter move. I plan on remaining an owner-operator truck driver for many years to come. If you see yourself behind the wheel of your own semi-truck possibly for the next several years, if not decades, a new truck may be a worthwhile investment, especially if your current truck has seen better days. Sure, a new truck means a higher payment, but you may end up saving big on maintenance, fuel, and semi-truck transmission repair costs. Yep, just making sure you remembered. Factor 3. Can your current semi-truck easily keep up with evolving emissions regulations? As Bob Dylan once said, the times they are a-changin'. One of those a-changing aspects of the trucking industry is emissions regulations. If you're operating or planning on operating in California or many states like it, your old favorite semi-truck may need a trip to the shop in order to meet CARB emission standards. What are CARB regulation standards for semi-trucks? No, this has nothing to do with the keto diet. CARB regulations are emission standards set by the California Air Resources Board, or CARB. I feel like Vanna White. CARB regulations govern the emission standards of the engines of diesel trucks with a gross vehicle weight rating, or GVWR, of 14,000 pounds or 6,351 kilograms or more. The regulations state that such vehicles must be fitted with particulate matter, or PM, filters, which help remove pollutants such as ash and soot from diesel truck exhaust. CARB regulations also require that current semi-trucks are outfitted with an engine year of 2007 or newer. In 2023, that engine requirement goes up to 2010 or newer. All CARB-approved trucks must be registered with the Air Resources Board of the California EPA. And it's not just California with the higher-than-average emissions requirements. Maine, Delaware, Connecticut, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Washington State, Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Massachusetts have all enacted CARB-level emission standards, that is to say, higher than the EPA's national standards. How much does it cost to make my semi-truck CARB compliant? Depending on the state of your semi-truck's engine and the emissions filtration status of your exhaust system, the amount of maintenance required to make your truck CARB approved can run anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 or more, depending on which components need to be replaced. For the most accurate figures, consult a reputable semi-truck mechanic to determine if your truck's engine and exhaust system meet CARB standards and to learn what upgrades would be necessary. Moving on. Factor 4. How would a new truck impact your financing and insurance rates? When making a major business decision such as buying a new semi-truck, it's important to consider how this will impact related costs. More than maintenance costs, buying a new truck will likely impact your financing rates, insurance rates, registration fees, and the like. Before you start looking at newer semi-trucks for sale, it never hurts to get financing and insurance quotes both on models you have in mind and your existing rig. Many companies have made it easy to request quotes on semi-truck financing, insurance, and other services that go along with buying a new semi-truck. Some companies even provide semi-truck insurance calculators capable of providing ballpark estimates in seconds. Remember, all great decisions require due diligence. The decision to buy a new commercial truck is one of the most important choices you can make as an owner-operator. It is crucial that you weigh the pros, cons, costs, and sacrifices resulting from any decision you make. There's no rush to come to the right decision right away, so do your due diligence. Your future self will thank you. Fortunately, you have tons of options, and your friends at mylittlesalesman.com have you covered. Our database of semi-truck dealers located all over the United States and beyond is constantly growing, and with it, thousands of semi-trucks for sale. Whether you're looking for a new sleeper semi-truck for long hauls, day cabs for regional jobs, or delivery box trucks for moving goods around town, mylittlesalesman.com has hundreds of pages of truck listings for you to explore. Filter your search to save time and easily connect with truck dealers near you. And if you've decided that it's time to sell your used semi-truck, we can help you do that too. So has this video helped you come to a closer decision? If so, tell YouTube we're providing you with some value by giving this episode a like, and we hope you consider subscribing so you can join us for new episodes. Visit our channel for more episodes like this or on our website at mylittlesalesman.com/news. I've been Ken, and we'll see you next time.